the Lord, posing to be dwarf, begged for 2.5 steps of land. If King Bali had recognized the garb, why should he have gone to the underworld, and why should he have been deceived? Vyas instructed King Janmeja and warned him to refrain from doing 3 things: riding a horse, bringing home a fairy, and accepting her word. He performed sacred feast and put to death 18 Brahmins by trying to erase it. One cannot erase the writ of the past deeds. I make no calculations, I only realize the Lord's will and talk with lovable disposition. Whatever may happen, I continue to praise Thee, my Lord. Thy glory alone is manifested everywhere. The Guruvard remains detached. Filth does not get attached to him ever. He always abides in the Lord's shelter. The thoughtless egocentric does not contemplate the Lord in time, and overtaken by suffering, he regrets. The Creator who has created this universe, he himself does everything and makes others do. O Lord, the ego does not leave the man's mind. Falling in ego, he is ruined. Everyone commits error, only the Creator himself does not err. Nanak says, emancipation is obtained through the true name. Some rare one, by the Guru's grace, is freed from bonds. Prabhati, first Guru, uttering and listening to the name is my support, whereby are cast off the worthless pursuits. As an egocentric loses his honor in duality, unlike him, without the Lord's name, I have no other prop. Listen, my blind, thoughtless, and uncultured mind, of coming and going, you are not ashamed. Without the guidance of the Guru, you shall continue to be drowned over and over again. The love of Maya ruins the mind. Should this be destined from the primal time, to whom should I complain? Some rare Guruvard realizes this. Without the name, man is not emancipated. The mortal wanders, strays, and staggers in the 84 lakhs of existences. Without realizing the Guru, he is caught in the Yama's noose. This mind in a moment flies up to the sky and in another moment sinks into the underworld. It is realized by contemplation of the name, by the Guru's guidance. When the Lord summons the mortal, he cannot delay. Whoever dies to the self by the word, he lives in joy. Without the Guru's guidance, no one attains understanding. He, the Lord himself, is the doer and the cause. If man's inner strife is ended, then he sings the Lord's praises and through the perfect true Guru merges in the Lord. Then alone comes poise to the restless mind, and then man does and practices the deeds of the true way of life. How may one unclean within, he pure? Rare is the one who washes off his inner filth with the holy word. A rare Guruvard, one practices truth and his comings and goings end. God's fear is the food and drink of such a one which brings joy. God's devotees in the holy congregation are ferried across. Such a one utters truth and inspires love. The Guru's word is the sublime pursuit. Whoever deems God's praise to be his way of life, faith, honor, and worship, burns his lust and wrath in the fire. When he drinks the Lord's elixir, then his mind is imbued with it. Nanak prays, except the Lord, there is no other second. Prabhati, first Guru, utter the Lord's name, that is your heart's worship. Contemplate on the Guru's word and nothing else. One Lord is pervasive in all the places. I do not see another. To whom should I make an offering? My mind and body I surrender before Thee, and my life is at Thy disposal, O Lord. This is my supplication. Keep me as it pleases Thee best. True is the tongue which is delighted with the God's name, elixir. By the Guru's teaching and Lord's shelter, man is released. The Lord has created the ritual deeds. The glory of the name He has placed over and above such deeds. In the power of the true Guru are 4 cardinal boons. When man's desire for 3, faith, wealth, and success, is stilled, then he is blessed with the 4th, emancipation. They whom the true Guru grants salvation and meditation, become sublime by realizing the God status. They, whom the Guru imparts understanding, their mind and body are joy cooled. Who can appraise the worth of those whom the Lord has glorified? Nanak says, the Guru has imparted this realization unto me that without the name no one is ever emancipated. Prabhati, first Guru. Some in primal time are forgiven by the perfect Guru, and thus is the true order established. Imbued with the God's love, they are blessed with the eternal true bliss. Their suffering are gone and they obtain honor. False is the cleverness of the person of the evil intellect. This cleverness takes no time to disappear. To the egocentric, suffering and pain cling, and his suffering does not depart. By the Guru's guidance is realized the divine conferrer of joy and suffering. Whoever seeks his shelter, him he unites with himself. The egocentric persons cannot perform hearty service of the Lord. Those crazy persons putrefy in egoism. This mind in a moment flies to the sky and in a moment sinks to the nether world, so long it does not realize the Lord's name. The world is gone hungry and thirsty without meeting the true Guru. It is not satiated. In the state of serenity lies joy, and the self has access to the divine portal. The Lord at the portal is himself all-knowing and all-seeing and is realized by the Guru's pure holy word. God himself is the divine who assays the truth and himself understands the state of salvation. The water waves, fire and air, and then joining the three together, the Creator has created the world. The Lord has granted them such power and cleverness that he has bound down each in his command. In this world, rare are such persons judging whom the Lord consigns to his treasury. They arise above caste and color and do away with worldly attachment and avarice. They who are imbued with the Lord's name are like pure places of pilgrimage, and they are rid of the maladies and filth of ego. Nanak washes the feet of such as by the Guru's guidance are in love with the true Lord. Prabhati, third Guru. Vipas, the Creator of all is one, the only one. He is realized by true Guru's grace. See thou, by the Guru's grace, the God's mansion is within thee. God's mansion is found through the name, so contemplate the God's name. O myself, in being dyed in the holy word lies joy. True is the God's devotional service, true is the God's mansion, and true is the glory that becomes manifest through God. This body is the Lord's temple, wherein is manifested the jewel of divine enlightenment. The egocentrics do not know this at all and say that within the mortal is not the God's temple. God's temple the Sire God has created, and he keeps it decked in his will. One does only that what the primal writ is. No one can efface this. By contemplation of the holy word and loving the true name, I have found joy. God's temple is decked with the holy word. It is an invaluable fortress of gold. This world too is the Lord's temple. Without the Guru, there is pitch darkness in it. For the sake of another's love, the blind and thoughtless egocentrics worship other things of duality.